Okay, boom, and we're live. Hello everybody, and welcome to um brief intermission. Week 43. Welcome to week 43. All right, I prepared all the charts beforehand this time, so this is gonna be quite fast. We're gonna go through all of the gems, rewards or no rewards, both tier 1 and tier 2. I hope you had a good week. Last week was fantastic for me, and we're gonna look for some opportunities this week. So let's get right into it. All right, I'm gonna start off with Bitcoin. So on the weekly, we printed this not so pretty doji, right? So that is a little bit of a cause for concern, I guess. But if we look at the lower time frame, we can see that usually you look at lower lows, lower highs, right, and all that. But right now, this support that should have acted as resistance, and it did a couple of times, we managed to break above, which is a very good sign, I would say. So, question is, what's gonna happen from now on, right? But what's really good to see is that there is no steep sell-off. Obviously, it can still come, but let's hope it doesn't. The slower Bitcoin moves, the better for our altcoins, and yeah, I'll just keep this in check, and we can always reiterate our plans based on whatever happens in the market. So let's get into it. I got all the charts over here with notes and everything, so I'm gonna try to go through it really quickly. Okay, first off is RGT, Rari Governance. So for me, this is a hard pass when it comes to buying. The place to buy was really over here. Like, this was the place to buy, definitely. Another place to buy was here, like on the retest. There were two possibilities to buy lower and get into the transition, right? But right now, you should be selling. You should definitely be selling. No question about it. So, in terms of where to get back in, look, I'll be honest with you, I'm not that good with momentum plays. I'm really good at spotting these transitions early on and taking the majority of the trend and then scaling out. But when it comes to buying back into these things that have already ran a significant amount, which this ran like 10x, no, I don't know what to do with that. So if you were in a setup from lower, you should be scaling out definitely, and just wait for the chart to print something bullish in the future. So probably that would be something like going onto the lower time frame, right? And seeing a couple of things. First off, we want to see a higher high, and we want to see it break above a moving average. We want to see it retest, and then maybe we can consider going in. But for me, this is definitely a hard pass. Risk to reward is simply not there. There's definitely better opportunities in the market. API 3. For once, I made a good trade on API 3. Yay! Anyway, this was a good buy over here at 420-ish. Was a nice retest. Right now, it's at resistance, so definitely don't buy now. If anything, you should be selling, but depends, right? If you're investing or if you're trading, depends on your time frame. I'm not going to be selling here, definitely not. I might be selling here at 750, just a little bit, but overall I just want to keep my coins for the long term. I finally accumulated my position that I want to stay with, and yeah, right now, if you can get back in at around 450, if it gives the opportunity, then that's a good buy. Or just wait for a new setup to print somewhere higher, okay? Next, index. So with index, so I really think that 20 should hold. So basically this candle that is being printed right now, this hammer, if that doesn't hold and it goes lower, I really think we're gonna go to the lower boundaries of the range, which is gonna be like the $17 to $15 area. Uh, Still, this is just gonna be a huge sell-off, right? So if you want to DCA in at these levels, it does make sense, and it's very good. Like, there's good invalidation levels. The risk to reward is decent. If you want to be safe, however, you want to go into a lower time frame and wait for all those, you know, how do I call it, items that higher your probability. So you want to see it break from a trend line, you want to see it make a higher high, you want to see it retest. Same old, right? Or just, wait for the next setup. But overall, I wouldn't be buying here. I might be buying over here at 17 to 15, possibly for a bounce. But besides that, nah, not interested. Maple. Alright, I still believe that Maple will retrace to this level. However, if it doesn't, let's just wait for a bullish setup on a lower time frame. What that would look like, it's pretty simple. You're gonna have some kind of trend line, right? Hello? Some kind of trend line, probably something along the lines of this. We still don't have a confirmed trend line here. Let's even go lower to like the 1 hour. Yeah, okay. So I guess on the 1 hour you could... Hello, why is this not working? I guess you could take something along the lines of this. It's also the 50 EMA on the hourly. You would like to see a higher high printed, so above 27, and then a return down, and then maybe you could start buying in. That would be a bullish setup on the lower time frame. If that happens, sure, let's buy in. But if it doesn't, let's just wait for this box. So getting in at anything below 22 really is, in my opinion, a good buy. Next one. MFT. Yeah, I really like MFT. Several reasons. The structure, right? We have higher lows, we have higher highs. That is all really nice and good. Price is currently above the 50 daily EMA, and it's currently at a very, very important level. So this is, in my opinion, a buy. When it comes to invalidation, probably over here. So yeah, 30%. If it goes there, it's just like, nah, it wasn't meant to happen. And I would go as far, I would probably just start scaling out on a close below this candle right here. But for now, this is looking very good. This is well risk money. So yeah, I like MFT. No. Alright. So it seems to be retesting the previous resistance of 130-ish, right? The price is above the 50 daily EMA, which I really like. However, it's very, very aggressive for me. And as I said, I'm not really good at these plays. I know what my edge is. I know what I have success with. This isn't one of those things. However, technically it would make sense. I'm studying up on this, so eventually I'm gonna get good. But this is too aggressive for me. However, if this goes up, if this has continuation, then it's price discovery, and this could fucking moon, right? So I guess buying over here with an invalidation somewhere around here would make sense. Or maybe you can buy for a retest of this trend line, because this trend line is valid. So I don't know, could go down here. It's tough to say. If you want to be super safe, you could buy now, let's say half of your position with a stop loss over here at 90 or below 90, and you could buy another one on the retest of the trend line. So yeah, it's a decent buy, I guess, but I'm not gonna be buying this. GMX. Okay, GMX is really nice. Right now we're in price discovery, and the only thing we can really do is use FIP extensions. So target one was 34-ish, something like that. So I really think that if you're in, like let's say from over here or something, you should be selling. Like there were two good buy opportunities. This one, right, at 18, 19, and another one on this breakout at 24. So now I would definitely scale out at least 1/3. Price is still very high, so if you see it in time, I would sell a little bit. However, if you're not in from a lower setup, I think I would pass. Maybe like on the lower time frame, there could be this demand zone that could serve as a buying opportunity, also like a retest of the previous resistance. I would probably pass. I don't like this too much. This looks bullish as hell though. So yeah, start scaling out. NFTX. Okay. So I'm having mixed feelings here, right? We have a pretty nice trend line over here that got tested and all, and now price is kind of like pivoting around the 50 daily EMA. I would say this is viable. I would say so. But uh like maybe like chipping in, you know, buying one third, buying maybe even a half. There's two scenarios that I would like to see in order to buy. Either a retest of like another test, not retest. Hello, can I please draw? Another test of this and then up, or or going up here, staying there for a while, and then going back up. By the way, this was a completely beautiful buy setup, but as you can see, it doesn't always work like that. It broke down, but this was a nice flagging retracement on like a 4 hour. I bet this looked really nice. Yeah, you see, that was pretty good, but it didn't work out. Too bad. So right now, I would probably wait. Okay, let's continue. Float. Okay, bank. Lots of you are interested in bank. Okay. I like this one. I like it a lot. So price is above 50 daily EMA, which is good. That makes me interested in the first place. It's on a great retracement level zone between the 50 and 61.8. And the previous supply that was over here that served as resistance many times should technically now serve as demand and support. So I really like this, and I think this is a buy. This is really, really good opportunity to buy. As for targets, first target would be somewhere over here at around the 300 level, and yeah, we'll just iterate later based on how price behaves. But yeah, bank is definitely a good one. VISR, another one we're very, very interested in. So this is kind of tough, right? I'm not entirely sure what this is all about because it's another momentum play, right? But overall, buying anything below $2, I know that that's very low, right? But buying below $2 is really good. Why am I aiming so low? Um, One of the reasons is that when you have the first wave retrace very little, like this one, only retrace to the point 236, then I would kind of expect the next wave to retrace more, right? So at least the point 0.5, I'd go as far as 0.618. So yeah, this box still serves as a buying opportunity. Not sure if I would go all in on the 22 buy. I mean on the 220 buy. I would maybe wait for a bit longer, but definitely the factor that is going to make my decision is going to be the lower time frame. So on the lower time frame, what we are looking for is a higher high and a higher low, right? So we can just watch the lower time frame for now and decide based on that. But for now, we had support which broke down and now acted as resistance. We are below the 50 EMA on the hourly. This looks like it should continue down, right? So let's just be patient with this one. If it goes up, good. If it doesn't, you know, we can buy back lower. I think most of us already have a position from lower on. I think both Ando and I were really, really pushing VISR. So, yeah, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Okay, warp, another one, another one. So, there is still this huge supply, right? And we're kind of fighting with it right now. And I'm I don't think you should be buying over here. Like it's too late. There were great opportunities to buy earlier, like this one over here. That was a good opportunity to buy. Then another one was over here, which I highlighted a few weeks ago. And another one was over here when there was this huge sell-off where I actually added at 260. So if you're not in, just wait for another bullish setup or whatever. But no, right now is not the time to be buying. If anything, it's time to be selling. But since it's a very, very small market cap coin, I'm holding my stuff, man. I'm holding it for at least here to 970. yeah, we'll see what happens. Let's continue. Rook. Okay, so Rook is hitting this supply that has served as resistance. It's the second time it's trying. It looks bullish when it comes to the structure. However, it's still technically resistance, so you definitely shouldn't be buying here. If anything, you should be selling in order to be able to buy again higher. I mean, buy again lower, sorry about that. But overall, I think anything below 200 is a really good buy. I don't know if we'll get there. Like right now, we probably have this structure serving as support for a while. So even for aggressive play like 230, something like that could be a good opportunity to buy. But I'd probably like even if it goes there and it's technically a good setup, you don't have to take it, right? You can just be like, okay, hey market, how are you today? So what kind of deals do we have? And if it's an average deal like this one, if it goes to 234, you can be like, meh, I think I can just put my money to work elsewhere and better. So on the other hand, if you have a deeper retracement, let's say to this box, and it also touches the 50 daily EMA, you can be like, oh, okay, interesting. Yeah, that seems like a good deal, and you can buy that. So I honestly think we should be waiting and see what happens. Either we can buy higher on a bullish setup, or we just retrace deeper and we buy when it hits somewhere over here. So for now, I would say sell at least 1/3 because you're technically hitting resistance, and let's see what happens. ARCX, there was some sell-off today, wasn't there? So since the beginning when ARCX left the 50-cent area, I was saying, man, I really want to get in on this on 50 cents. But now we're hitting 50 cents and I'm not so sure anymore. First of all, we got some, what was it? Some lockups or whatever. What do you call it? Vesting, I think? Yeah. So some coins are being opened up and being sold off. So there's rewards, and the way it came back into this, I don't know. I don't like it too much. So I'd much rather wait for it for a while. Also, it's below the 50 daily EMA. So if you want to invest, okay, if you're a long time frame investor, this is a very good level to invest, definitely. But if you want to trade it for a swing and you're kind of um, looking for a well-defined risk managed setup, then this is not really good. So lower time frame, let's say 4 hour, you want to see a higher high first, which you can see that there is this level that we just cannot break, the 85, all the way up to $1. Once we break that, we go higher, and then let's say we retest it somehow, then I would be interested in buying. But so far, all we can see is just spikes, right? Everything that goes higher gets immediately sold off. So yeah, I'm not interested. Okay, stake-wise. Right, so if you're in this, you should definitely be selling parts. The perfect buy setup was over here, but back then we didn't even know about it, I guess. Another good setup was once it broke above the the daily 50 EMA and returned to it. This was a good setup, and from there, it's just like too much momentum, I would say. So maybe if you could get in on the previous resistance, which should now be supported around 13 cents. Also, the EMA is going to go there eventually. That could technically be a good buy. But for now, just scale out. Okay, Derivadao. Yeah, this is a really good buy. So there's just one important level, not one level, just the complete area, right? And that is being retested. And we tested it here, we bounced off, created a higher low, and now we're just slowly flagging return into this. I really like this. This is good. So clear invalidation below 450. Yeah, this is a buy. This is definitely a buy. Looks good. USF. Yep, that's a skip. Not even interested. I mean, as long as it's below the 50 EMA and as long as it's just in a clear downtrend, I'm really not interested. Uh, MINA. Okay, so if you're not in MINA already, what I would do is I would wait for this structure to break. If you check on the 4-hour, well, it's not there. 12-hour? Yeah. If you check here, price is having trouble breaking through this. If it does and it retraces, then it's a buy. But for now, nothing. Nothing. Mm, I think I like MTA, don't I? Yeah. So this looks really good, right? So we got a decent structure. Like it's deviated from here. I think if you check accumulation zones with Wyckoff theory, this would be called a spring. And we can see that there is a higher low. It broke out and okay, it even closed higher, very nice. And it got above the 50 EMA. Now this supply should now serve as demand. We're testing the 50 daily EMA as well. I really like this. This is a buy, definitely. If it goes to this level, then the idea is invalidated. I guess maybe even to this level, like 65. Really, this should hold for continuation. And the retracement is probably like around 50, isn't it? 50 to 61.8. That's really good. Yeah, I like this. This is a buy. Okay, combo. I think that's a skip, isn't it? Yep, that's a skip. Not interested. Uh, IONX. So, it's still grinding on this demand zone, right? We had another nice bounce and we're above the 50 daily EMA. The problem is that all of these pumps just get immediately sold off, and I don't like that. What I would like to see with this level, with the 80 to 90, something like that, is for price to actually be trading above that level for a while and make a nice rounded retest, like, you know, breaking this and just rounded retest, or breaking it and flagging retest. Really spending some time in a new range and not immediately being sold off to the previous range again. So once we see that, maybe I'll be interested, but for now, not really. Especially since this coin has rewards as well. Just like, nah, miss me. Better opportunities elsewhere. Oh man, TCR. If you're in this, I really hope you're selling. Buying in, man, I don't know. Like, let's go to a lower time frame here. Yeah, the 61.8 is interesting, right? That would be where I would first be interested to buy. Anything that is above this, I'm not into these momentum plays. I don't do that. Like, especially when you're trading on a DEX. Like, if it was a centralized exchange and you could have your stop losses and everything, then that's a different story, right? But we're doing Uniswap here. So, yeah, if you're in Tracer, since whichever setup, you should definitely be scaling out a bit. Like, I would sell 1/3 at least. And if you want to buy, I think this level starts being interesting around the 50 cent, right? So yeah, otherwise, if it runs, you know, just skip it. Just don't let it bother you. Remove it from your watch list. Don't be upset that something has run without you, man. There's so many other opportunities every week in this market. So yeah, skip this one. If you're not in, start selling if you're in. Okay, that's a skippering. Skippery? What's a skippery? Skipperino. Boom. Yeah, not interested in this one. Uh, router. Skip. Okay. Basically anything that is below the 50 EMA and in a clear downtrend, I'm not gonna be interested in. There is no point. Okay, CTSI. Right. So I won't touch it until it breaks the marked box. That's exactly it. So right now it's kind of grinding against this level, which seems to be of high importance. And there was one nice setup on the lower time frame, which was buyable, and that was this one. If you are in from this one, just hold, like don't even sell yet. Sell if it goes below it. But for now, it looks decent, you know? It's hitting this resistance again. And in order to get a buy setup higher, we would like to see this break, like with conviction, right? With volume, go higher, spend some time above, and when it returns to this level, we can start buying. But until then, this is a skip. And that's all the tier 1s, I believe. And now we go into tier 2. Yay, let's go. It's being a bit faster than last time. Okay, so this is something that I expect from CTSI, right? From the last chart. Breaking up and then returning. So I'd say a return to $1 would be a buy, okay? Because we are now spending some time above this, which is awesome. I don't expect this trend line to hold because it's super, super steep. So ideally, we would see some return to say over here, and then it's blast off. So I'm just gonna even delete this trend line because I honestly don't believe it's gonna hold. So let's mark this wave. Okay, and a 0.5 retracement is around the $1. 0.5 is still very bullish. So if you can get in at $1, I think that's a good opportunity to buy in. Otherwise, if it goes up and you're in, congratulations. Just scale out a little bit at 130, I guess. And otherwise, it might go to price discovery, man, since it's an L1. And yeah, this could really run high. Really could. I would probably buy at $1 as well. So keep an eye on $1. Remark. Okay. So this was resistance, right? And it's now kind of retesting. It's looking good. It's spending time in this new range. And I think you could buy here and have a stop loss over here. I don't think it's going to retrace deeper. If it does, try to buy on the 50 EMA on the 4 hour because we don't have a daily yet, do we? Nope. Maybe a 12 hour? Yeah, but who cares about the 12 hour? So, okay, if you want to be in this, just buy now, okay? This could run. And invalidation level underneath here. So, yeah, below 9, 870-ish, something like that. I'll skip this, honestly. LIEN. Right, that's gonna be a crazy chart. I hope you're I hope you're scaling out, Anon. Yeah, like, what can I even say about this, man? It just ran 10x straight. This is crazy. Like, if you're not scaling out, I don't know what you're doing, man. And when it comes to buying back in, let's just check the 4 hour. I wouldn't even. Honestly, I wouldn't. I wouldn't bother. It's up 10x. Like, in order for it to do another 2x, it has to be 20x from the bottom. And it's just no, you know, there's better opportunities elsewhere. Risk to reward is simply not there. So I really, really hope you're scaling out. Like at this point, I would already have just a moon back, like 1/3 at most. I would probably be selling like over here because that looks like a blow off top, but then it goes higher, and then I would be selling over here because that looks like another blow off top, but it just continues going up, you know? So every time you see one of these huge wide body candles, just sell. Like, you got nothing to lose, just profit to make, and spend it elsewhere. Okay. STBZ. There's not much to say about this, honestly. Like, this looks horrible. It looks horrible. Like, this level should serve as some demand, and I hope it does. Because if it doesn't, well, then price discovery to the bottom, right? And we don't want to see that happen. So hopefully they'll start doing something. But for now, if you want to be an STBZ, yeah, this is like a buy level for an investment. Otherwise, I would probably wait for it to break this level here, return above it, and continue on. But yeah, this is definitely the play. Don't even invest here. Like, this looks horrible. Don't invest. Wait for this. What's next? Oh yeah, ONX. So yeah, this could be a potential transition play. It looks decent. The price is above the EMA, right? I'd like to see it go a bit deeper and retest this level. Uh, is it gonna happen? I don't know. Like, risking 5% is probably not worth it. So let's put it this way. If you want to be in ONX, finance, whatever this is, yeah, just buy. Okay? And invalidation is below 40 cents. This is looking like a decent setup. This could run. Technically, this is very good. Yeah, this is a buy. Uh, okay. Very simple. Just wait for a break and retest, right? Just wait for it to go here, spend some time there, and then you can buy the return to this area or zone or whatever you want to call it. BIOS. There was a really nice buy setup over here. Around 7, even 8 was a good buy. It has ran a little already, but I still believe this is a good buy. It's a retest of this important level that had some interaction, and it's also a retest of the 50 EMA. So yeah, I like this. If you want to be in BIOS, hop in. This is good. So yeah, look, again, it's a momentum play, right? I'm not confident in those, I'll be honest. But a test of this trend line could work. Uh, but honestly, no. Just I'm not even gonna comment on that, man. Just no. Uh, like I marked up this, right? On the lower time frame. I would maybe be willing to trade this on like platform with stop losses, because this is a valid trend line, and a retest of this level, which is also previous resistance, which could now be support, is legit. So out of all those momentum plays, this is probably one I would take, but I don't want to recommend it because I'm simply, I don't feel like this is part of my edge. So yeah, just being honest here. ALPHR, yeah, that's a skip. By the way, so this one, right? This candle over here was an interesting one because that was a potential buy setup, and a return to this level, either if you wanted to play the EMA, would be a buy, and from here on you would, what the fuck? And from here on you would expect price to go higher. But the moment we saw this candle, we would be selling because the idea was invalidated. Another idea was to be buying on this level, on just like this line, and expect it to go up. And again, it kinda didn't, and this candle would be one that would tell us to get out of there. So this is something to keep in mind. Even when you invest in stuff, it's a very good idea to keep your invalidation levels in mind. And when the candle closes and something like this happens, just get out, because look now, it went down another 45%. It went down another 64%. And you don't want that, you know? You want to calculate your risk, you want to get in. If it works, great. If it doesn't, you know what you're losing, and you can put the money to work elsewhere. Don't rely on hope. Don't do that. All right. Uh, what's next? LIEN. Yeah, I can just skip that. The holy mother of all skip. Well, of all skips. Boom. Yeah. Don't even miss me with LIEN, man. I don't want to see. Get this trash out of my screen. Okay. Whatever this is. Yeah. If you're in, you should really be selling big time. Like, what is this? It's not that bad. Okay, so maybe sell 1/3, something like that. This could pull elixir, you know. But overall, just take your profit, man. Like, you're lucky. Enjoy this. Spend it elsewhere. But definitely do not chase this. We don't buy this kind of stuff. Okay? We're trying to buy on setups that happen in during accumulation. And then when they expand up, we're just happy. You know, just like we're with VISR, with Warp and all that. But don't chase these green candles or white candles, in my case. Mist. I think I like Mist, don't I? Nope, not yet. Not just yet. So this level, right now we're retesting the EMA, right? And I think that's nice. But it's still in a downtrend. We haven't had a higher high. We haven't yet even had a higher low. So what I would like to see is for this to break up, maybe even all the way somewhere over here or whatever, and then just return. And this is where we would buy because we expect it to go up. But until then, let's just wait. Okay, this is, I remember this. This is a skip. Skip! Yeah, not interested in this one. Uh, Mix sum. Another one. Another one. It's another skip. Oh yeah, inverse. Okay, so this is an interesting chart, right? So technically, you can see that this was a level that served as support before, and we can see that it's bouncing a little bit, which is nice. So if you're really aggressive, like let's say that this wouldn't be a V-shaped return, but it would return like, say, something like this, you know? I would tell you, yes, buy here, definitely, go in. But right now, with just this constant sell-off, I don't think I like this, you know? So I would like to see something deeper, or what's even better, I would go to a lower time frame. Let's go to something like the 2 hour, and I would wait for a trend line to break. I don't know, there's not really a nice trend line here, but you can find a time frame where you can obviously see, okay, this is nice, where you can see an EMA that serves as resistance, right? This is nice. So the 1 hour, and we want to see a higher high, and we can then buy the retest. But until that happens, we're not interested. Okay, so right now, let's say this is actually the bottom. We would like to see this break and return to it, and then we can buy. But until that happens, we skip. By the way, the place to buy was here. And I probably wouldn't even buy there because it's still below the EMA. So this is something that we would not have caught. Like, no way. Or at least I wouldn't. And that's okay, you know? You don't catch all of it. That's life. It's alright. Just be patient and opportunities will present themselves, I'm sure. Okay, mover. Right at resistance, there's actually a line there, like it's right on there with the price line as well. So what I would like to see is break it up, ideally create a higher high from this as well. If we can break that, that would be awesome. And then a return to either the EMA or to this level itself. So the EMA could maybe start sloping up a bit. So then you would buy here or you wait and buy here. So yeah, that's the plan. No, over XFT. Right. I really don't know. I really don't. So technically, this could be a very good momentum play, right? Let me just let me measure this. Let's measure it from here. Yeah. Maybe on the line. Sorry guys, I'm just gonna test something here. Nah, doesn't even go to 0.382. Right. I don't know. Like, straight up, I really don't know. I won't be buying this for sure because the place to buy was over here. That was definitely the place to buy. That was a beautiful retest of this supply that turned into demand, plus a retest of the 50 daily EMA. But I had my money elsewhere at that point. And what did it even do? Like from here, this is where I would be buying, and it did a 2x. You know, I made better returns, so it's all good. Uh, yeah, I don't know. Like, no comment. This is outside of my edge. I don't want to give advice on something I don't understand. Okay. So this is looking quite well. Wow, what the hell did I just say? This is looking quite good. So we are spending time above the 50 daily EMA. Right now, however, this like the place to buy was somewhere around here. If you got in on this one, then good, just hold. I wouldn't personally. But right now, I would just wait for a break of this one, and then a return, and then maybe we can talk about buying in. And if it actually gets down to here, to anything below 75 cents, I would still be interested in buying that as well. So, two scenarios. Either it continues ranging and it gets here, and you can buy there, or it goes up and you buy over here, and then hopefully it goes up. One thing you can always do is you can go to the lower time frame and you can wait for a higher high. So technically not yet, right? And by higher high, I don't mean by just a little bit, okay? What I mean is if this, say, okay, so low, high, low, high, low, high. So this thing, right? You could say, oh, we broke it, but no, we didn't. I want to see it break with some conviction. I want to see it go up and then spend some time, return, and then we can buy it. This is not one of those examples. Yield. I think I like yield, don't I? Yeah. I don't know why I deleted it, but this is a buy. So, what is this? Okay, so we tested this level, which was pretty important, and we bounced from it. And on the lower time frame, we had a valid trend line which broke up, and now it returned to even the moving average. So I think this looks good, you know, this looks good. So we had a higher time frame bounce, and now we have a lower time frame retracement. I think this looks good. By the way, this is gonna change into Comeback Finance, I believe, and I don't know anything about the swap, so yeah, don't quote me on this. I mean, as long as it's a one-to-one swap, then this is a buy. If it's anything else, I don't know. Yeah, but yield is a buy. We're almost done. Okay, plot. Yeah, that's a skip. Uh, Bounce token. Right. This is looking pretty good, but one problem that I have with this is that you see, like we broke into, so this level, right, 40. This is the level that separates two different ranges. Okay, this old range where we accumulated some and the new range above here. And price broke into the new range with the intention of starting to trade there, and it got immediately denied. You know, just like, nope, you're not going to be trading here. Everyone stepped up. All the sellers took profit. They were like, okay, I'm going to slurp me some profits. And there were no buyers. So the problem I have with it is that the return was very, very quick. So I would like to see something along the lines of this, as I always say. Or I would like to see a return to this box. And then I would buy. But for now, this is a skip. That was bounce. Union. That's a skip. Even though I have a position, goddamn. But yeah, it's a skip. Yeah. Yeah, what the fuck is this? That's definitely, let me see the logs. Oof. Yeah, skip. Bye bye. Get the fuck out of my screen, bro. Syndicator. Yeah, we've seen this story several times today. Break this with some conviction, ideally a higher high above this one, and return here. Bam. Lift off. And last one is Proton. So yeah, if you're in from some kind of setup, let's say from over here or maybe even here, both of these opportunities were really nice, then I really hope you're scaling out. And the potential buy is in this box because it's going to coincide with the 50 daily EMA. However, I would again, this is a momentum play, and I cannot recommend this. So for me, this is definitely a skip, and I'll be looking for other transition setups and similar things. By the way, I would like to this is the finish of, like, this is the end of the technical analysis part. I would like to say a few words though about scaling out, because even though we have something that we're super bullish on, right? Like VISR. We've been in VISR from this setup down here at around $1. Even though we, the whole GEMS Alliance believes that VISR is going to be huge and we expect price discovery and we expect this to go to double digits and all that. That's all nice, right? But still, if you see a huge move up like this one, take some profits. And now, why is that? It's very simple. Because thanks to me taking profits here at 289, I was actually able to put that money to work elsewhere. And now, this correction is already taking 6 days, right? And it's most likely gonna take even more days. Like, let's check Maple, right? When I told you to sell Maple over here, since then, it has been correcting for 12 days. That's 12 days of your money doing nothing but losing value, depreciating. Because I sold Maple and because I sold VISR, I was then able to put that money into work and buying Warp. I managed to buy Warp here and here, and thanks to that, my portfolio is skyrocketing. And that is something you should really get into the habit of doing. Because, well, I mean, it's fairly obvious, but you want to rotate your crops. You can get back into VISR, and as you can see, we're tracking everything, right? I will tell you in the TA channel when it's a good time to start buying. It's the same with Maple. Like, with Maple, I already told you at 22, start buying. It touched 20, okay, not here, but on Uniswap, it touched 22, and you could be scaling back in. These pumps, they need time to call, to, consolidate a little bit before they can continue going up. It's like you're running a marathon. You cannot continue running forever, right? You need a break. And the break takes some time. And while you don't have to sell everything, but you take some off, you shave your profits, you pay yourself for being right, and you can put it elsewhere. And it's such a good feeling when you can rotate and everything goes up. It's just you start compounding and it's amazing. And right now my plan is to go from Warp back into VISR and Maple once the time is right. And I really hope you guys start doing that as well. So yeah, that covers everything for this week. I wish you the best luck in trading and in everything you do, and I'll see you next week. See ya!